Was it a clause mainly given an option to terminate the contract and all these properties may be up for renegotiation, or what, like, what in general was the clause?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, the truth is, and I was going to say this, in my estimation or understanding, it was optionality. Yeah, some contracts may have the option to terminate. Others, there'd be an alternative price, which is why it's going to be interesting to see which transactions have executed in the last few days. And I'm sure everyone's going to be all over you after this to find out what yield that was that you did the deal at. But you know, it didn't necessarily mean it was a deal stopper. It meant there was optionality, and that could have been around price, around doing the deal, around whatever the terms were that were agreed.
The ones we've seen were very binary. There was no adjustment because, understandably, parties didn't want to haggle about a price of a situation that was perceived as not very likely. But it was a very clear walk away, and it was a return of the deposit, and each party to bear their own costs. That's what we've seen more than once.
So do we know what the pipeline of these deals look like? What is estimated, you know, was the pause in the market? Is it, you know, several $1 billion that may be up for retrading, or is it just stagnating? Does anyone, Bob, do you have a handle on like what
Best
that
person
is?
to ask is the lawyer.
Right. I mean, a lot of those deals weren't announced since they were so iffy. So, you know, the brokerage firms probably know, and I'm not sure they'll come out with it. I will say that, you know, because volumes have slowed so dramatically throughout the year already, it probably wasn't a huge amount, and it probably wasn't, you know, a lot of big trophy type stuff.
I think the number is not small, but they were not completed. In England, you have a two-stage sales process. You exchange with a down payment, and you have a completion date, at which you then pay the remainder of the price. And the question was also the trigger of stamp duty, because once you transfer an asset, you pay 400% stamp duty. And so it was at exchange and was kept in this state, not to complete after the vote. So it will be very difficult to find out how many were in, because certainly vendors are not keen to shout about it.